At my wife's funeral, my oldest son, Jonathan, made a statement about today I believe, tomorrow not so much. It really captures the hurt that sometimes comes with a great loss. On that, my son Matthew has written a song, and so I'm going to let him tell you about that song and how it came to be. Matthew?
So I guess with the inception of the song Daisy Can Believe, it did come out of the statement that my brother made at Mom's funeral. But what I wanted to portray was not only that because of the hurt and because of the faith at the core being shaken, I wanted to portray that if there are days that you can't believe, then there had to be things you could do when you can believe. There has to be a positive for every negative, otherwise the two wouldn't even exist. But I wasn't sure how I wanted to do that. So with the help of Brent Baxter, great songwriter in Southern gospel and even country music, and Randy Maynor with Blank Slate group, we sat down and I kind of brought my idea, and it was very much jumbled at the time. I had maybe a verse, wasn't quite sure what to do with the choruses and things of that nature. And Brent actually brought the idea to life. He said, okay, the days he can't believe, there's going to be A, B, and C. So the days he can believe, let's not focus so much on the negative. Let's focus on what happens during the positive days. And so it just started coming together. And the thing I think that really means the most to me about the song as a whole and as it stands on its space when someone listens to it is that everybody can relate at least to some portion of it. Maybe not the death of a spouse or the death of a family member, but maybe just the loss of a close friend or things that just kind of set us back and just go, God, what is going on? What are you doing here? And so it allows the listener to be able to put themselves in a situation where they can say, okay, then there's bound to be something that I can believe in. And on the days I can do that, this is what happens for me. And we just released a music video with Chandler and Vulcan Media. And so when you listen to the song and then you're able to see the physical, visual, the literal hurt and the emotion that went into making that, it wasn't just a scripted, hey, this is kind of what we're gonna do. There was just some raw emotion in that. And I just think God's gonna use it for people that may not otherwise find ways to deal with hurt and to deal with things that kind of shake them to the core kind of thing. I don't know if you remember saying this, but in the kitchen before I started writing the song, wasn't long after the funeral, we were all sitting there at the table and you said, I just don't know what I believe anymore. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it was a fact of, I don't believe in Christ and I don't believe in his, I don't think it was that you didn't believe in his sovereignty and his all-knowingness. Right. I think it was just literally a very earthquaking, faith-shaking moment in time, and it just shook you to the point of, I just don't know what I believe. Yeah. But I knew that if there were days that you couldn't, that there's days that you had to. And so that's where the song came from. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope it helps you, and I hope it ministers to you and helps you find the positives for the days you can believe.
The Bible talks about a man who brought his son to Jesus, and he asked Jesus to heal him. And Jesus said, if you can believe, all things are possible to him that believes. And the Father answered this, Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief. There are days we find it hard to have faith.